Hello everybody and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Video Clips. And just a quick announcement, on the members site on Wednesday this week we are going to post an interview with one of our most successful members who came here very overweight and taking 14 medications. She's down to 4 medications and she is half of herself. Her story is amazingly inspiring on so many levels and I think you'll really enjoy hearing it. And then the advanced study classes for August are on Peter Gacci's amazing book called Mammography, Truth, Lies, and Controversy. And it's kind of a complicated book for lay people to read. Of course, I'm providing slides and easy explanations so that everybody will have this as a resource, have the material as a resource for later on. But the book is, I think it's a must-see for all women and men, actually. It gives you good insight into cancer treatment in general and cancer testing, mammography specifically. All right, I chose a couple topics today that I want to talk about, and one is the recommendation to eat fruits and vegetables. So I'll just start with this. All governments all over the world issue dietary recommendations, and all these, and a lot of them are wrong ideas about health. In fact, I haven't seen a government that's gotten it completely right yet. Some are worse than others. They almost all have conflicts of interest, but one almost universal recommendation, and we can all get behind it, is eat more fruits and vegetables. And governments spend a lot of money to get that message out. Now, not as much as compared to promoting dairy products and that sort of thing, but it's millions. And so the question is it working? Well, the U.S. spends between $3 and $5 million a year on its Fruits and Veggies More Matters campaign. In the Netherlands, they have a 6-a-day campaign that costs about the equivalent U.S. $750,000, and Australia spends a lot of money, $4.17 million a year in U.S. dollars on promoting fruit and vegetable eating. Well, in the U.S., surveys conducted between 2004 and 2007 show that fruits and vegetable intake remained about the same, an average of 1.8 cups a day. That's really not very much. Only 6 to 8% of consumers eat the required amount of fruit and vegetables daily, which is, the USDA says it should be 2 cups of fruit and 2 to 3 cups of vegetables. Now, that's woefully inadequate in my opinion, but the point is only 6 to 8% of the people in our country are even hitting that. Australians also not doing so good. 5.6% of Australians eat the recommended number of fruits and vegetables. Only the Dutch are doing a little bit better. Their average intake is a little bit higher than what's recommended. But I haven't really seen a recommendation that is adequate in terms of fruit and vegetable consumption. The researchers state that collaborative efforts between food producers, retail stores, government, and nonprofits were most likely to succeed. Well, here's what I think about this. I think the most likely thing to succeed is trusted health professionals telling their patients to eat the right diet, and trusted individuals telling their friends and family. In other words, friends showing friends what true health is all about. I think a lot of folks are waiting for the government all over the world, not just here in the United States, thinking that the government's going to come up with some magical program that's going to get people to eat better, and I just don't see that happening. I think that when I get a chance to tell somebody what a good diet is all about, that's the best shot we have at getting that person to eat better. And that's where you guys can help me. We need an army of passionate people out there promoting this message, and I want you to join my army. That's why we started offering these Food Over Medicine certification classes, so we can get people ready in just a month's time to go out and start sharing this story with other people and showing folks that you don't have to be sick. In many instances, you don't have to take drugs, and you can eat your way out of disease, and you can eat your way away from disease, keep it from happening in the first place. So I'm asking you, join my army. Next Food Over Medicine class starts in just a few weeks. Get yourself enrolled in it. All right, now, while we're talking about campaigns and spending money on advertising, if you watch TV for any length of time, you'll see an ad for some type of drug or laxative to relieve constipation. If you, in an hour's time, you can conclude that most of the country is constipated at any given point in time. And that doesn't surprise me because people in our country eat a lot of meat and dairy and not a lot of fiber-rich fruits and vegetables and grains and legumes. Furthermore, they're mostly dehydrated, and that contributes to the problem. The incidence of constipation worldwide is 14%. For people over 65, it's 25%, and it is the leading reason that sends people to a gastroenterologist. Now, the ads on TV focus on how uncomfortable it is to be constipated, and anybody who suffered from that will tell you it is indeed uncomfortable. But there are serious health risks associated with chronic constipation. And I found that even health professionals are kind of dismissive and don't really talk about that much. In fact, I've had members tell me that when they inform their physicians that they're only having like 1 or 2 bowel movements a week, doctors have said to them, well, maybe that's normal for you. Well, it might be normal for you, but it's not a good idea and it's not healthy. Studies show that chronically constipated people are at higher risk for a whole lot of things, including a higher risk of colon cancer. Recently, a study looked at data on patients from a large data claims base and concluded that patients with chronic constipation are significantly more likely to develop both colorectal cancer and benign colorectal neoplasm than patients who aren't constipated. The more severely constipated the patients were, the higher their risk was. Now, there are a whole lot of mechanisms of action, but most likely the most important one is that when food moves very slowly through the GI tract, the gut mucosa is in contact a whole lot longer with carcinogenic substances like bile acid. Now, this is really serious. The colorectal cancer is the second most common cause of cancer death in the United States and the 7th most common in westernized nations. About 2/3 of reported cases of colon cancer worldwide are in westernized nations. We know it's based on the diet. The eating habits are different in these countries. So if we resolve the constipation issue, we'd have a lot less colon cancer. We'd reduce the death rate from cancer a whole bunch. Now, I don't think that most constipated people need to be referred to a gastroenterologist. I think that they need to be referred to the Wellness Forum. And we'll show them how to eat a fiber-rich diet with enough water every day. And within a very short period of time, they'll start to have a moving experience like the rest of us that are participating in this little session here are having every day. You don't need supplements and drugs and procedures. It's cheaper than the copay for a doctor's visit in most instances to join the Wellness Forum and learn the diet. So, and the food bill goes down too. And you get rid of the problem once and for all. So constipation, common problem, serious problem, beyond just being uncomfortable, increases your risk of cancer, a problem that doesn't need to exist. All right, that's all for today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be back to you on Thursday with more news.